The Israeli government keeps calling Hamas a terrorist organization and have vowed to exterminate Hamas because it is a terrorist organization. But while declaring that Hamas is a terrorist organization, Israel is bombing civilians in the Gaza Strip and continues to bomb day after day and killing thousands of children, bombing shelters, bombing hospitals, bombing residential buildings, even the convoys of people who are moving from one place to another because Israel ordered them to move, moving from northern side of Gaza to the southern side of Gaza. Even they have been bombed. And while bombing indiscriminately and while committing war crimes, the government of Israel openly states that it will continue to kill the civilians, will continue to kill the children unless Hamas returns the hostages. Now, in response, Hamas, which is supposed to be a terrorist organization, has not killed a single hostage in front of the camera to convey to the government of Israel that they too will kill hostages if the bombing doesn't stop. So on the one hand, Israeli government is blackmailing Hamas that we'll kill all your civilians unless you do something, which is a terrorist tactic. And the other side, Hamas, which is being labeled a terrorist organization, is showing remarkable character and not killing the hostages to use that as a blackmail on the government of Israel. As the war moves forward, the news coming out of Israel is that of disunity. There is news coming out of Israel that the Israeli army, the high command of the Israeli military, the Israeli army, is unhappy with the high command of the Israeli Air Force. Because of the way they have bombed the Gaza city, the ground invasion is becoming a problem for the army. And apparently this rift between the Air Force and the army is causing strains on the unity of the state of Israel during war. Now, we are not talking about the civil society or the civilians. They are, of course, quite disgusted with the way their government is bombing Gaza city and the civilians in the Gaza Strip. But we are talking about the organs of the state, the two organs of the military. A military is supposed to be a unified force, the army, the navy, the air force, three branches of it, unified. But we are talking about the rift that has seemingly developed between the army and the air force. In the days ahead, Israel is likely to go towards civil war. And that too will be unprecedented if it happens, because during a war, countries seldom move towards civil war. During war with an identified outside enemy, internal rifts do not intensify to an extent where wars break out. But that seems to be the situation developing in Israel. In such a situation, what is going to be the status of Israeli nukes? Who is going to safeguard them in the face of the chaos that is likely to ensue? Because this battle is already slipping out of Israel's hands. They have been losing it politically. And the ground invasion is supposed to be the determinant of whether Israel wins or Hamas wins. And they are stuck in the ground invasion. They are not making any headway. And the bombing that they did, the indiscriminate bombing of the Gaza Strip, has made them lose the support of the international community in every country of the world. And even some countries have started recalling their ambassadors. They're breaking diplomatic relations with Israel. This too is going to intensify in the coming days. So Israel is moving towards isolation abroad and towards disunity at home, disunity within. We hope for peace, we pray for peace, But unless and until either the person at the head of the Israeli government changes, or United States of America is able to rein in Israel, Israel is moving towards self-destruction. You're watching Zeenia Satti. I'll be back with more commentary on this war.